Lovable users have reported spending over $1,000 with unclear ROI, while Claude Design runs on a flat $20 a month subscription. That cost gap is real, and it changes which tool you should be running right now. AI builders are moving fast right now, so I'm putting Lovable, Claude Design, and Antigravity through 5 head-to-head tests to see who actually wins. The tool that wins on cost loses on code ownership, and that split is going to decide which one you should actually pay for. My name is Brian, and I'm in these tools 12 hours a day, so you don't have to be. And every number in this comparison traces back to official pricing pages, docs, and community reports I flag as such. This is for builders shipping real apps where picking the wrong tool costs you hours and real dollars. Test 1, cost. What actually burns people here is pretty specific. You sign up for Lovable, you start building, and 3 weeks later, you've burned through credits you didn't track and the bill is way past what you expected. Real users have reported $1,000 plus spend with nothing to show for it. And that's the risk this test is measuring, not the sticker price, the actual spend. Entry prices are actually close. Lovable Pro is $25 a month. Claude Design is $20 a month. Pretty similar. But the real gap is Lovable's credit system and community reports. Flag credit burn unpredictability as the top pain point, with some users hitting 4 figures. Claude Design is a flat subscription, so your spend is predictable. Antigravity's free tier is confirmed, but I couldn't find anything published beyond that. The entry prices are genuinely close, so sticker price alone doesn't settle this, and the real call comes down to predictability. Lovable's credit model means your actual monthly spend depends on how much you build, and that's unpredictable, while Claude Design's flat sub means you know your number on day one, and if you're building a lot, that predictability is worth more than the $5 difference at entry. Cost is a tie on entry price, and I'll be honest, the $25 versus $20 gap is just too close to call. Claude Design has the edge on credit predictability, Lovable has the edge on flexibility for light users, and the scoreboard stays at 0 to 0, one tied. Test 2, output quality. You've built something that looks great in the prompt, but then the output drops and your brand colors are wrong, the typography is off, and the components don't match your design system, so you spend 2 days fixing what the tool got wrong. And that's the real cost of weak output quality, and what separates a tool that saves you time from one that creates rework. Okay, so what I found here is pretty interesting. Lovable's aesthetics from minimal prompts are genuinely best in class, polished layouts and clean branding right out of the box. But Claude Design's design system awareness is a different league. It reads your codebase and design files to learn your brand colors, typography, and components and then applies them. And Lovable has no equivalent to that. Claude Design's production consistency does split between magic and practically unusable, depending on conditions, so it's got real limitations, but the design system awareness edge is real. Both tools struggle with production-ready functionality in different ways, so neither one runs the table here. Lovable looks great, but can't always deliver on features, and Claude Design delivers design system fidelity, but production consistency is split. The decisive call is that if you need your brand applied correctly across a project, Claude Design's code-based reading capability is the only tool here that actually does that. Claude Design takes output quality, and the design system awareness is a capability. Lovable just doesn't have, because reading your codebase and applying your actual brand is a different thing from generating pretty layouts. That puts Claude Design on the board. Lovable 0, Claude Design 1, 1 tied. Test 3, code, export, and ownership. There's a real story in the Lovable community about a user who hit $1,000 plus in spend, then had a database wipe and got locked out. And when you can't export your code, everything you built lives on someone else's server. So if the platform goes down or changes pricing, you have nothing. So here's what I found. Lovable exports a full React and Vite codebase, Tailwind styles, and your package. JSON, straight to GitHub, and you can clone it, modify it, and deploy it to Vercel, Netlify, AWS, or self-host with no restriction. That's true code ownership. Claude Design's export is a handoff bundle to Claude Code, which is a great design-to-code loop, but it's not a standalone repo you control. And Antigravity has no published code export data at all. Lovable takes code export and ownership, and the handoff bundle from Claude Design sounds close on paper. But a design artifact inside the Claude ecosystem is a different thing from a GitHub repo you own outright. So Lovable's full export is the safer pick here. Scoreboard is now tied. Lovable 1, Claude Design 1, 1 tied. Alright, so we're tied 1-1 with one test tied, and the collaboration and speed to ship tests are still ahead. Collaboration is where the per-seat pricing model could make one of these tools 2 or 3 times more expensive for a growing team. And speed to ship decides whether any of the differences we've seen so far actually matter when you need a live URL today. Test 4, collaboration. The concrete failure here is a 5-person team on a seat-based plan, where adding one more person raises your bill by $20 to $25 a month per seat every single time. So you're scaling a product, you're adding teammates, and the tool's pricing scales against you. That's the cost model that stings when you're moving fast, and it's exactly what this test is measuring. Okay, so Lovable's workspace model lets you invite unlimited members on all plans. Priced by credits, not seats, so adding 5 teammates doesn't change your bill. Claude Design's team plan is seat-based at $20 to $25 per seat per month, which means a 5-person team is $100 to $125 a month just for access. Claude Design does win on design review workflow. Those share URLs with view, comment, and edit access are really clean for design feedback. But for team scaling, Lovable is the clearer call. Claude Design's share URLs for view, comment, and edit are genuinely better for design review loops. So if your team's workflow is designed first with a lot of stakeholder feedback, those share URLs matter, and this one's closer than the score suggests. But the pricing model is the decisive factor. Credits don't multiply with headcount, seats do. And for most teams, adding people without adding cost is the bigger win. Lovable takes collaboration. The design review features from Claude Design are genuinely good, but the unlimited members model is a structural advantage that seat pricing just can't match its scale, and that puts Lovable ahead. Lovable 2, Claude Design 1, 1 tied. Test 5, speed to ship. A solo founder needs a working MVP live by end of day, not a mock-up, not a handoff bundle. A real deployed URL with HTTPS and a custom domain. And if your tool requires a separate code step after the design step, that's hours you don't have. So this test measures which tool gets you to a live URL the fastest, with no extra steps. So here's what I found. Lovable turns a natural language prompt into a production-ready web app in minutes with one-click deployment. HTTPS, custom domains, the full stack. While Claude Design generates a design artifact that needs Claude code to ship, which is a great loop, but it's 2 steps, not 1. What surprised me is how fast Lovable actually moves. The company went from 0 to $300 ARR in under 12 months with 8 million registered users. And that's a real signal of speed to value, not just a benchmark number. Lovable takes speed to ship. The safer pick for anyone who needs a live URL today is Lovable. Because the downside of being wrong with Claude Design is you still need a second tool to actually deploy, and that closes the scoreboard. Lovable 3, Claude Design 1, 1 tied. Lovable wins on true code ownership with full GitHub export covering React, Tailwind, and Supabase config, so you can deploy to Vercel, Netlify, AWS, or self-host with no restriction. It wins on team collaboration with unlimited members priced by credits, not seats. And it wins on speed to ship, prompt to deployed app in minutes with one-click deployment, HTTPS, and custom domains. Claude Design wins on design system awareness because it reads your code base and design files to learn your brand colors, typography, and components and then applies them, which Lovable can't do. It wins on predictable flat subscription pricing with no credit burn surprises. And its interactive outputs with share URLs for view, comment, and edit review are purpose-built for design-led teams. Antigravity is a ghost in this comparison. It's a Google agentic development platform with a confirmed free tier, and that's about all I could verify. I couldn't find published pricing beyond the free individual plan. No output quality benchmarks, no collaboration docs. So if you're watching this to decide between these three tools today, Antigravity isn't a real option yet, based on what's publicly available. For most people, Lovable is the pick. It wins 3-1, and the safer choice is clear. The downside of being wrong with Claude Design is you still need Claude code to ship. Pick Lovable if you want to own your code and ship today. Go Claude Design only if your team's bottleneck is design to code fidelity, and you're already deep in the Claude ecosystem. And keep in mind that $1,000 plus spend risk with Lovable credits is real, so watch your burn. If you want to go deeper on the design to code race, I've got a full breakdown called Claude Design versus Antigravity on which one ships a site faster, and it gets into the agentic side of both tools in a lot more detail than I could cover here.